Hello guys, welcome to or welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, then welcome, and if you are returning, then thank you so much. So today is actually going to be a little bit of a hybrid video. So I really wanted to create this video of what I do when I feel overwhelmed, when I feel like I just need an ounce of productivity in my life. I need to get stuff done and I feel like there's just stuff going on everywhere. And if you're somebody like me who feels like you spin 101 plates all at the same time, just chasing your tail with things, then this is really going to help you. And this is a little bit of what I do when I'm feeling overwhelmed to, I guess, kind of pull myself out of the slump, but also make a start on a lot of things that do need doing, or things that I've been putting off, things that I have just avoided or thought about and then forgotten about. So we're going to spend a few hours today just getting our life back on track. And I haven't fully worked out what I'm going to title this video, but it's getting your life back on track, getting out of a slump, getting out of a rut, stopping yourself feeling overwhelmed, and just actually getting shit done. So that's what today is going to be, and it would not be one of those days without my to-do list. I just buy these from like Home Bargains and B&M in the UK. They're like 99p. They might have actually gone up to about £1.49, but if you are like me and you are pen and paper girly, then I feel you. I really struggle to make notes on my notes app. I just don't feel like I'm fully bought in that digital sense. I much rather would write it down on a to-do list, and I just love this. It's just so simple. It's just a to-do list. You can just tick whether it's a priority and tick whether it's done. But the first thing that we're gonna do before we actually start the to-do list and start listing all of the things that we need to do, because that is one way to overwhelm the brain and to encourage procrastination, is to give yourself an overwhelming amount of things to do and no clear agenda. So the first thing that I'm going to do is a brain dump. Now, I used to rely on one video and one video only, and it was a girl called Michelle B. And Michelle B did a guided brain dump, which I will link down below, and it really helped you walk around all areas of life, from the drawer that needs clearing out, to the cables that you need replacing, to the doctor's appointments you need to make, all the way through to life, project, business, friends, scheduling in things, clearing out things. It's a really great brain dump to do. So I will link that down below, and it walks you through everything that you need or could consider. But because I also found the value in brain dumping, I added it into the breakthrough planner. So you can actually shop these on Etsy, or you can DM me if you want to get it directly from me. But I created these planners for my clients and then decided not to keep it exclusive, but there is actually a to-do list section in here. Guys, I don't know why I'm like this, but like, because this is my creation, my to-do list, I like to write really messy on here, just everywhere, and then neaten it up to go in here. That's a different form of procrastination, I think. But in the planner, there is a brain dump section, and I'll read you out a few if you want some question prompts. There's space as well. There's line space and then like doodle space for the brain dump, and this is where I'm going to be doing the brain dump today. But some of the things you might want to consider are, is there any appointments that need to be made? Is there anything that needs tidying? Any phone calls that you need to do? Any messages that you know you need to reply to? Any ideas that you have but you can't act on right now, but you need to make a mental note of them or jot them down? Does anything need repairing? Do you literally have a full drawer of batteries that you know don't work, or you're not even sure if they do, and you need to get rid of them? Or wires that aren't quite working, new chargers? Is anything broken? Is anything on your mind right now or frustrating you? Is anything worrying you? Is there anything upcoming, like projects or events that you need to prep for? Do you need outfits, train tickets, insurance, whatever it might be? Really think about your current surroundings and just brain dump everything that's on your mind. And it doesn't necessarily just have to be things that you can act on right now. I want you to view this as a mental declutter. So getting everything out of your brain onto paper, and then you can observe it with a clear head. Because when you don't write things down, the brain knows that it needs to store that information, otherwise you're going to forget about it, okay? And I remember learning about washing as an example. If you have just done a load of laundry, a load of washing, and you've put the pile, let's say it's on the end of this here. That bag is another example of what I'm talking about. That does not live there. It has been there for a few days, and every time I walk past, I think that I need to move it. I'm like, oh, I really need to take that upstairs. Really need to put that away. It's the same when you have a pile of washing on like your counter, your worktop, wherever it may be. Your brain has to hold on to that information every single day that you don't act on it. And every single minute, it will randomly pop into your head of, I really need to sort that out. I really need to get that done. If you just write it down and actually put it on a to-do list, you are taking the pressure off your brain having to store that information, because you now know and trust that this is on paper and you won't forget it and you'll have a prompt. And I do this with everything, with things that are on my mind, things that have been bothering me, things that I keep putting off, and just sitting and having a brain dump will really support you in having a mental declutter and then being able to assess your to-do list with a clear headspace, okay? So I am going to go ahead and do a brain dump, and I'll pick you up when I get to the next stage of it, and we'll do all of this process.
I've been seeking for the glory. Say my name. And I've been trying to write my own story in the search for fame. I'm sitting here in this empty room. Walls keep tumbling down, down. 'Cause I ain't got nobody. I always feel so lonely when the day.
Hello guys, so I have done a real just rough brain dump on this side, and then I've put it into sections so that I can clearly section out different things. So I'm going to talk you through what is on this mind map on my brain dump section. So we have, what are the things that I need to sort through? So I really feel like I need to sort through my hair care and my skincare. And then from that, I need to look at what's missing. So is there anything missing? Is there anything I've been putting off regarding those two areas? I also need to plan in Amy's birthday, my stepmom's birthday, and Father's Day, which is coming up. So just need to be mindful of getting the cards and getting things prepped for those things. They're coming up in the next month, but they are just things that I know are lingering in my brain. For my business, there's a lot that I need to do. I need to redesign the strategy, which is going to be a longer term process, but again, it's just something on my mind. All of the processes need looking at: my website, my content plan as well for the next few weeks, invoices as well, because I am aware there is a couple of invoices overdue from clients which I need to sort. I also have a brunch that I'm planning and need to save and pay for and process and organize all of that stuff. And I am planning a retreat, which even though it's not till January, there is a lot that needs doing right now. So I need to factor all of this into like a section on my to-do list. In my home, I've said my garden really needs a look at. Now I'm in the process of working out whether to stay in this house or not, and whether to move, buy somewhere else. So the garden is a little bit of a question mark, but as we're getting to summer, it would still be nice to have the bare minimum of like some nice furniture or something just to enjoy my garden in summer. I also know that a deep clean needs to be done of the bathroom. I have put hire as a question mark in terms of, is it a potential that I hire help and maybe get a cleaner to come and do a deep clean every month or every 2 weeks. And also organization as well is something that there's a few things that just don't work perfectly in terms of like how things are organized and the system that I do things in at home. So looking into that. And then things that I need to do, I've said I need to call the dentist, which I do because I'm really worried that my gums are starting to recede. I need to buy some medication that the doctor recommended. I need to order some bits on Amazon, such as a new screen protector because this one is cracked. My phone case is also not looking the best, and it's just something that it doesn't make me feel great. And it's a little job that has been on my mind for a while. I also want to get a laptop stand as well so that I can work easier on my laptop. I need to book London as well, which I'm meant to be going on Friday. So I really need to sort through that and pick some outfits for it. I really want to look at planning my meals out and actually having a process, because I just have no process when it comes to organising what I eat, what I do. I've also said to sell some bits on Vinted as well, so when I do like my sort through, just seeing if there's any opportunities to sell things on Vinted and make a little bit of cash, or maybe donate to charity shops or friends. Content, I really need to go through all of my branded content deadlines, so what's needed to go in YouTube, on TikTok, on Instagram, what are the things that I need to shoot and when. YouTube videos as well, because if you don't know, I've gone down a very different route now on YouTube, so planning those out, planning my outfits for London like I said. In terms of actioning, there's a lot of people who are waiting on me to send things or approve things, so I really need to go through a few of those. And then I just added a section of things that I really need to save for, because I am a nightmare for not doing that. And one of them is my trip next month with my mum. I've also got the brunch, which I mentioned, the retreat, I've got London, which I need to consider, eating out and things, and also credit cards, which I am currently working on paying off, and we're very, very close. So it would be really great just to save up a little bit and just pay the final chunk off some of those. And then tech, I really dived into tech because I feel like my tech systems are all over the shop in terms of subscriptions, checking that my processes work, organizing things like my inbox and my Google Drive, my iCloud, my photos on my phone. I really feel like they're due a declutter. The documents that are on my computer, that live on my computer, I feel like there is just copious amounts of just stuff that I do not need, and edits of things and different versions of the same document. And with that, there has been a hiring decision that I have done to help me out with, especially my client portals. I have hired help, but I need to check in with that person and make sure that she has everything that she needs. So there is quite a lot on here, and the thing with the brain dump is, don't let this now overwhelm you and think that everything needs to be put on a to-do list, because not everything needs action in right this minute. And this is really where this tool comes in handy, which is a priority versus urgency matrix. So this is in the Breakthrough Planner, and it essentially outlines your urgent and non-urgent tasks, but then also your important and not important tasks. So in your urgent and important, we have, that needs to go on today's to-do list. It's urgent and it's got important. So we really need to look at action in that now. Then we have the non-urgent and the important, okay? This is something that needs to be time blocked into your diary, ideally in the next week or so, because it's important, okay? So even if it's booking a doctor's appointment for a few months' time, it might not be urgent, but it's really important to get it done. Then we have urgent but not important, okay? This is where I would really look at outsourcing or time blocking this stuff. So if it's urgent, I really need to get my house cleaned, like, or I've noticed something's coming up, but it's not really that important to me. Can I outsource it? Like, am I actually gonna give it the energy that it needs if it's not that important to me, but it is quite urgent, okay? Can I outsource this? Can I ask somebody to help me out? Or am I gonna time block this into my diary? And then if it's not urgent and not important right now, then I would park it, but don't forget about it. So this is most likely things like long-term planning, or maybe some projects that you've got going on. It's not really, really important right now, and it's not really, really urgent, but it's still something that's on your mind and you don't want to forget about it. So I would plot them in this matrix. Now, this matrix, again, is in the Breakthrough Planner. There's lots of amazing sections. This journal prompt, obviously I love it, I created it, but even just using this principle, even if you want to use it on an A4 document, you want to do urgent, not urgent, important, not important. And this box right here is the focus for today, okay? It's the things that are urgent and they're important. So what I'm then going to do off the back of this brain dump is pop them on my urgency versus priority matrix. And that's going to really just help me understand what is on today's to-do list, what needs doing today. And there might be some things, this is something that I'm going to say right now, that really getting a phone case and a new screen protector isn't urgent, but I know that's going to be about a 2-minute job, so I will probably add it on to today's to-do list. Because another rule that I like to live by when I feel like my to-do list is really stacking up and I'm noticing that it's getting a little bit overwhelming is, if it takes 2 minutes or less, just do it now. Just get it done right now. And my client actually taught me this because she learnt it, but for example, washing the pots. It might take more than 2 minutes, but it's literally a 2-minute job. It's not going to impact the rest of my day if I just get it done. So I'll go and do that. I'll go and take the washing up. I'll quickly make the sofa and sort this blanket out. It takes less than 2 minutes. Just get it done now. And that goes the same with things like just ordering a new screen protector. It's not going to take me long. It's not a strenuous task. I don't need to be in flow or in extreme creativity to get it done. I can just get it done right this minute. But once I have done the tasks for today, I will still time block that into my day. So there's 3 things that I rely on. It's time blocking, so literally saying between 1 and 2, this is the time for that. This really helps me beat procrastination, because if you think that you have all day to do something, the chances are it's not going to get done. If you give yourself 10 minutes to get something done, I can promise you the mindset with that is going to be very different. So I love time blocking in these tasks. I also love gamification, okay? And what I mean by gamification is adding an element of fun to it. So is it a timer? Is it putting my favorite tunes on? Is it romanticizing that activity to get it done? Is it knowing that if I do a certain thing, I can then reward myself with a Starbucks afterwards, or whatever it might be? And then there's also the Pomodoro technique, which I love. However, it's not always the best tool if you struggle to switch into activities. So for example, if you are somebody studying at university, I really struggle with the Pomodoro technique, because sometimes I find it does take me 5 minutes to fully get in flow and get in focus with an activity, and it does require a little bit more time. But it's still great for things like cleaning. It's great for answering emails, just setting yourself 20 minutes just to get stuck in. And also another top tip, if you feel like you struggle with procrastination, obviously eliminate the distractions, but I actually use the distractions to my advantage. So if I have a task to do, I will film it on my camera, or I'll put my phone on time lapse whilst I'm answering emails and stuff. And then I've got 1, a piece of content that I can repurpose and repurpose. 2, I'm not going to go on my phone because it's in use. But 3, I'm not just going to sit and do anything, because now I have the pressure that I need to watch that back, and I could potentially then use it as content, and I don't want to be sat just twiddling my thumbs. So at this point, it's really important not to get too overwhelmed by looking at all of this stuff that you have to do, but just assessing when you feel like it's going to get done. And some things might even be in the next few months, but for me, because of how often I do brain dump, I do feel like a lot of these are going to get done in the next couple of weeks, and there is going to be things that are going to be outsourced. So a website for me is quite urgent, but how important is it for me to get that done personally right now? It's not that important, but it is quite urgent in the respect of I've been in business for 2 years and it probably should get done soon. Hopefully you kind of get what I mean. And I know outsourcing might look lazy, but for me it allows you to be super productive, because you get to then use your energy and something that you either enjoy doing or you're good at doing, or you can find some enjoyment in it, or a task that does just need to be done by yourself. You can focus on that whilst knowing that the other tasks are getting done in the background, and it's not that important that you have control over that. So cleaning for me isn't really that important, like if somebody else was to do that for me. Trust is important, because obviously I'm letting somebody in my space, but you get the gist of where we're going with this. So I'm gonna now write my to-do list for today. So yeah, I'm just gonna plot it on here and then make sure that I'm aware of what needs to be done today.
I'm in the spotlight, not on till midnight. I want somebody to hold my hand, 'cause I got my head in the clouds, but I'm getting really scared of heights. I used to spend time with all my friends, but who's gonna like me?
Okay, so I have got quite a clear understanding of what needs to be done today, and it is quite content focused of making sure that I understand all of the requirements and deadlines for brand collabs ongoing. I'm going to do the Amazon order like I said, going to film some TikTok shop videos today, plan my Ego official content, book my train for the London event, which again will take 2 minutes to do. one thing that I am really going to do today, with it being a Sunday, is to plan and time block for the week ahead. So really understand what is in my calendar over the next week, what events do I have in, what appointments do I have in, when a client's booking in, what calls do I have, and also then what do I need off the back of that. So do I need to plan any meals? Do I need any meals on the go? Do I think I might be eating out? If so, do I work out where I might be eating out and plan that accordingly? I'm going to check in with my website developer, and then for Monday I have put in medication and book the dentist, because that is something that I need to wait for like a working day to do. I need to buy a domain today for the website. So although the website isn't in my remit and I am outsourcing that, I do need to make sure that I do the step right now, which is get that sorted so that that job can be done. And I'm just going to go back through some collab emails as well. So today's going to be quite focused on content. The clear outs and stuff I'm going to do over the next week and probably film them, but I feel like a clear out is never really that urgent, if you know what I mean. Like, there is stuff here that has deadlines on it, that's time sensitive, and I really need to focus on getting that done. I've also done my makeup, so it kind of makes sense to go and film some content. So that is what I am going to do today. I'm going to grab a coffee and get through this to-do list. And again, some real tips are to romanticize it if you can. So when I'm doing a brand collab or a piece of content, if I know that I don't need to speak on it and I can just show it or something, I make sure I've got some good tunes playing, and I also make sure that there's reference points as well. So planning in things like lunchtime, maybe a walk, maybe it's just sitting and watching a quick episode of something, whatever it might be, finding out how your brain works and how you react and respond to different things as well. So I am going to probably add a few 2-minute jobs onto here, such as putting the washing away, but again, it only takes 2 minutes, so I should be doing that anyway. I have actually got a video planned, which is what to do when you're struggling to get motivated and stay consistent, so definitely keep an eye out for that if that's not already up, because I think a lot of people really struggle to get motivated and get themselves in a bit of a consistent routine, or get themselves out of a slump, or change things up and, you know, break certain habits. And I really want to try and support you guys through that process. But these are my main kind of steps when I feel like my brain is starting to get cluttered. I need to mentally declutter, I need to sort my stuff out, I need to get things done. I will brain dump, then I will assess, I will section, then I will put it in the priority versus urgency, so that I can now actively see what needs doing now and what needs doing later. Because guys, I cannot tell you, your brain will naturally go through and scan for the easiest things to get done so that you can feel rewarded, okay? How many of you guys do things on your to-do list and just add them on to tick them off? Or it's a really small job that didn't really need doing today, but you've done it today so that you feel productive, okay? We need to break that cycle and make sure that we're actually doing the stuff that needs to get done, and then the other stuff can fit around it, okay? And if you have studied at university, you will understand the procrastination when it comes to writing an assignment, okay? At university, I used to clean the whole house. I used to be like, oh, I feel really good today. I have gone to the gym, sold something on Depop. I have done this, and this. But the big thing that actually needs doing never gets done. And it really is time to break that procrastination cycle and have a bit of a process in terms of deciding what needs to be done when. And this is where the priority versus urgency matrix comes in. It is a fabulous tool. And then obviously we get to the stage of just writing our to-do list. So I will be putting on my Sunday brunch playlist, which honestly is my favorite. I think it's on Spotify, but I obviously like play it through the Sonos app. It has the little pancake emoji. I'm gonna put some tunes on. I'm gonna get through this to-do list. Because a lot of it is filming today, which is quite annoying, I can't really like film it because I need the camera for some of it. Whereas if it was all on phone, I would film it and show you guys what I need to do. But one thing that I can do really quickly is order the bits on Amazon. So again, 2-minute job. I can play my music. I can decide what I want to order.
If I'm up there, 'cause I got my head in the clouds, but I'm getting really scared of heights. I try to get everyone to see me. I play my games, but I just end up looking like a showcase.
So guys, I ordered 3 things from Amazon, which I'll pop on screen. The first was a new phone case, which is here. Just went for plain, went for quite a nice colour though. It's kind of a little bit darker than this one, although I do really like this one, but went for a little bit of a different colour. And then got some screen protectors with that as well. So you got tempered glass and also one to protect your camera, which I do think is quite good because sometimes I do drop my phone. Then I also got a screen like cleaner. I think it's the spray one that literally you can just wipe it off afterwards, because guys, look at the state of that screen, please. Like, it makes me feel sick, and no amount of screen cleaning wipes work on this, so I decided to order that. And then I also ordered a monitor. I was going to get one where like a drawer pulled out and stuff, but it was just a bit plasticky, and I still want the aesthetic to look nice. It's something that's on my, like, not urgent but important to me, is sorting out my desk space, because I do want it to feel nicer. So just got a white monitor stand with a shelf so I can put some bits in, and then maybe get some like organization and stuff in the future. But I am just really struggling at the moment because it's, yeah, I just feel like my desk just looks a bit rubbish, and it's not like the best environment to work in. So those who have been here for a while know that I've changed my office space so many times now. So yeah, I've done my Amazon stuff, and now it is time to go and film for other brands, get some other videos done and some other content made. So I am gonna outro this video here. I hope that these tips have helped. I will link the breakthrough planner down below. I'll link the guided brain dump below, and all of my socials, the bits that I bought on Amazon, I'll link below as well. There's a lot more that I want to get on Amazon, so I might actually link my storefront so you guys can see all of the other products that I either have or need to order for like organization purposes and just life purposes, you know. But yeah, let me know if you found this video helpful. I know it was kind of vlog style, which feels so like true to me, and you know, I'm slowly adapting to doing more like sit down speaky videos. But yeah, it's now time to go and get all the other jobs done and then have some lunch, because we're all about reward over here. So if you did enjoy this video, please give it a huge thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave if you haven't already, and I'll catch you in the next video.